Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium hard question in the database category that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy about this, and I'm super glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let me show you how I did it. This question is called Market Analysis 2, and basically they want you to write a solution to find the second purchase item that they sold, if it's their favorite brand or not. It's a yes or a no. So there's a lot of information in this question, so let's just go ahead and organize it. Let's go ahead and get all the user IDs. Let's say user IDs is a list of users user ID. Let's make this a set because those are unique. And then basically now let's go ahead and loop through this table and try to get the seller ID. So this is the guy that sold it. The order date, we have to sort by that, and then the item that they sold. So let's create a default dict of type list and say for IO and enumerate orders seller ID. So then D of O, that seller, we have to append the orders, the current order dates, which we're going to sort by, and then also the item ID to see if it's their favorite of I, and then D of O sort by that. Cool. So now we have to make sure if it's the favorite one or not. So let's call this fave, and let's get the user ID and their favorite brand. So for IU, and enumerate users, user ID, fav of U is equal to users favorite brand of I. Cool. So now let's go ahead and go through our dictionary. And now we have to ask the question, if this has less than 2, then we're going to go ahead and append that user, and then no, right? Because first of all, if it has less than, the user sold less than 2 items, and also if they're not even in here in this dictionary as a key, so that user didn't even sell anything. So for U in user IDs, if U is not in D, then also answer.append U and no. Okay, so now let's tackle the question as to whether the second sold item for that user. So this is already sorted by date. So if the second sold, let's call this second sold, is going to be dk of 1, right? The second one of -1. So that's going to be, so, okay. So let's go ahead and print k and dk. Okay, so the second sold, we're going to grab this item and we're going to say, because this has to go back into this, so let's have another thing called map for I, U, and enumerate items, item ID. So key value map of U is equal to items of item brand of I. Don't do that. Okay, so now we're going to say is this guy's, when you plug that in, is equal to this guy's plugged into here. Okay, so it's a bit confusing, but if we can say if, so the second sold, if the map of second sold is equal to whatever the favorite for that user is, then we can go ahead and append K and yes. Otherwise, it's no, right? There's only one criteria where it's yes. When it's no, it can be when it didn't even buy anything for that user, and that user has less than 2 purchases, or it's a completely different brand than what we're targeting, okay? And then at the end, let's go ahead and create 2 columns, right? Okay, so for A and answer, 1.append A0, 2.append A1, and then create our 2 columns with an empty data frame. Seller ID, second item, fave brand is equal to 2, and then return that data frame, right? So that looks about it. Let's run this. Okay, unmatched. Let's run this. Okay, submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm really glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance and do it completely on my own. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.